You're feeling incredibly confused right now, and it's completely understandable. The behavior of the person you care about has left you in a state of emotional limbo. You're someone who, when you set your mind to something, you stick with it. You don't waver or act impulsively. Once you've thought something through, you commit to it. That's just how you operate, steady, determined, and loyal. So when someone seems to change their mind overnight, or disappears without explanation, it leaves you feeling shaken and disoriented. You've been going over everything in your mind, trying to understand how someone who once seemed so sure, so present, could suddenly go silent. Whether they blocked you, ghosted you, or simply faded out of communication, the quiet has been loud. It's been painful, and it's made you question not only their intentions but your own instincts. You're asking yourself, how could they just walk away like that? Was it all in your head? How can a connection that felt so deep suddenly vanish? But here's what you may not realize: they haven't forgotten about you. In fact, your person is thinking about you more than you know. What they want you to understand is that the difficult time you're facing right now, this period of confusion, silence, and emotional turmoil, will come to an end. They're working through a lot behind the scenes, making major changes in their life. These aren't minor adjustments, they're real, meaningful transformations, driven by the desire to come back to you in a way that is lasting and true. They are no longer afraid. At one point, fear held them back, fear of vulnerability, fear of commitment, or even fear of not being enough. But that fear is fading. They've done a lot of thinking, soul-searching even, and the conclusion they've come to is simple: they don't want to lose you. They haven't given up on you. Quite the opposite, they're preparing themselves to return to you, to reconnect not just with words, but with honesty, clarity, and purpose. There is a high chance that communication is on the horizon. And this time, it won't be half-hearted or unclear. It will be real. They want to speak from a place of truth, and they want to show you that they've grown. They're coming with a clearer mind and a more open heart. They want to be transparent about their intentions, about their feelings, and about the journey they've been on since things fell apart. They feel deeply spiritually connected to you. You may not always feel that, especially in moments when their actions don't reflect that kind of bond, but it's there. They know in their heart that no other relationship, no matter how seemingly stable or exciting, compares to what they felt with you. You've touched them in a way that others simply haven't. And despite the confusion, the silence, and the distance, that connection remains unbroken in their soul. Because of their recent behavior, it's only natural that you're questioning everything. You're wondering if they still care, if they even want to be with you. And while your doubts are valid, the answer from their side is yes, they do. They feel love when they think of you. They feel joy when they remember your time together. And more than anything, they feel regret for ever walking away, for not choosing you when they had the chance. Losing you was the hardest thing they've ever gone through. At the time, they may not have fully realized the depth of what they were losing, but they feel it now. They regret not choosing their own happiness, the happiness they had with you. They regret choosing fear or pride or comfort over the possibility of something real and lasting. Now, things are shifting. They're starting to see things with greater clarity. The distractions are falling away, and their focus is returning to what truly matters: you. They're preparing for a comeback, and this time, it's not about temporary fixes or empty promises. They want to re-enter your life in a way that reflects maturity, consistency, and depth. Of course, the decision to allow them back in is yours to make. You have every right to protect your heart and your peace. But know that if they return, it won't be without reflection, change, and renewed intention. They're not coming back to repeat the past. they're coming back to rebuild something stronger, if you're willing to let them try. This isn't just about romance. It's about healing, understanding, and growth for both of you. Whatever comes next, trust that the confusion you feel now is part of a larger transformation. What once felt like an ending may just turn out to be the beginning of something real. You pulled away, and everything inside me started unraveling. I found myself spiraling, doing things I never imagined I would, desperately trying to access your WhatsApp, your Facebook, searching for any sign of you, any digital thread to hold on to. But you were gone, and the silence that followed was louder than anything I've ever known. It's impossible to explain what it's like to not be near you. The absence of your presence is something I carry heavily. I keep replaying memories in my head, your laugh, your touch, the way you looked at me when you were truly at ease, and it aches deeply. I wish my days were still filled with those moments. I wish they were spent laughing with you, falling asleep in your arms, enjoying the simplest joys of life, just being together, without fear or doubt, without any distance between us. There's a constant yearning inside me to give you everything I've ever had to offer and more. I fantasize about spoiling you, making your life easier, brighter, and fuller in every way. I always tell myself that no man could ever love you the way I do, or give you what I'm capable of giving. It's not just about gifts or gestures, it's about presence, devotion, and a kind of love that doesn't back down, even when things get hard. I've seen how gentle and nurturing you are, and I know in my heart that if I were lucky enough to be in your life again, I'd take care of you just as lovingly, if not more. I want to be that person who stands beside you, who brings peace to your storm and laughter to your quiet moments. The truth is, I long for you in a way that's difficult to put into words. Your love, it's like medicine for me. It's something that reaches the deepest, most wounded parts of me and soothes them, without you even knowing. You have this energy, this presence that is so healing and pure. I don't know how you do it, but everything about you feels like a remedy. Your voice has this calming quality, and your laughter, God, your laughter, is like a melody I want to hear on repeat. Even just the way you say my name sends warmth through me. It's not just affection, it's something beyond that. You are my winsome, the one who makes everything else fade into the background. But despite how strong these feelings are, I hesitate. I don't know when, or even if, it's the right time to reach out. I don't want to intrude. I don't want to be just another message you open, skim, and ignore. I worry about what might happen if I do reach out. What if you don't answer my call? What if you leave my message on read? I'm scared that I'll lose control of my emotions again, that I'll spiral into that same desperation, and push you even further away. And that's the last thing I want. I don't want to ruin things. I don't want to damage the delicate thread that might still connect us. There's so much on my mind when it comes to you, so many thoughts, so many hopes. And yet, I know I can't come back into your life casually or unprepared. I have to be better, stronger, more grounded. It's intimidating, yes, but also inspiring. Because wanting to be with you makes me want to be the best version of myself. You challenge me, in the most beautiful way, to grow and heal and rise. There's a kind of pressure that comes with that, but it's not suffocating, it's the kind of pressure that diamonds are born under. I feel it, that pull toward becoming the person you'd be proud to stand beside. And I want that, more than I've ever wanted anything. I don't expect you to understand the depth of what I feel, especially if I haven't shown it well before. I know words can only go so far, especially when trust has been shaken. But still, I need you to know, what I feel for you hasn't faded. If anything, it's grown more profound with time and distance. Every quiet moment, every restless night, every time I see something that reminds me of you, it all reinforces how much you mean to me. I carry you with me, always. Maybe someday you'll hear all of this from me directly. Maybe someday you'll let me in again, even if just a little. And if that day ever comes, I promise I'll be ready, not perfect, but real, honest, and willing to give everything I've got. Until then, I'll keep holding on to hope, and working on becoming someone who deserves a heart as beautiful as yours. Please know from the deepest part of my heart that you are not just important to me, you are my favorite person, my priority, and someone I now recognize as truly irreplaceable. I realize that in the past, I didn't make you feel as special, loved, or valued as you deserved. I regret that deeply. My actions and lack of emotional expression may have made you feel like you were just another part of my life when in reality, you've always been so much more than that. I wish I had the clarity and courage back then to express what I feel now, but sometimes life teaches us the hard way. Sometimes, we don't see what we truly have until we risk losing it. Over time, I've come to understand the kind of person you are, pure-hearted, emotionally rich, and someone who doesn't measure love in material things. You never cared about the superficial. You only wanted honesty, consistency, love, and emotional safety. And I failed to give you those things when it mattered most. I was too caught up in my own fears and insecurities to see the beauty of what was right in front of me. I was too guarded to accept that someone could genuinely care for me without hidden motives or conditions. For that, I am truly sorry. I am ashamed of how I handled your heart, how I ignored your emotional needs and failed to appreciate your patience and presence. The truth is, I was scared. I was scared of opening up, scared of being vulnerable, scared of trusting someone again. You see, I've been hurt before, deeply. The kind of hurt that leaves scars you pretend not to see, the kind that teaches you not to trust anyone, even those who come with nothing but love. So when you came into my life and offered me warmth, affection, and genuine care, I doubted you. Not because of who you are, but because of who I had become. I pushed you away willfully, even though every part of me wanted to pull you closer. It was like I was trapped in a cycle of self-protection, convinced that keeping distance would save me from pain. But in doing so, I ended up hurting the one person who didn't deserve any of it, you. And now, in your absence, I've been left to confront the truth. I've been left to sit in the silence I once chose, only to realize how loud the void feels without you in my life. I miss you deeply. I long for your love, your presence, your laughter, everything that once felt like home to me. There are nights when I can't sleep, nights when my mind replays everything I did wrong, and my heart aches with the thought that I may have pushed away the best thing that ever happened to me. I feel the weight of regret every day. I see now that I wasted precious time I could have spent making you feel loved, secure, and cherished. Instead, I let fear and pride stand in the way. I know you've been feeling disconnected from me lately. I sense it in the way you've become distant, in how you keep yourself busy and away from me. And honestly, I can't blame you. You're trying to protect your heart from more disappointment, and that's completely valid. You're tired of being the one who gives everything only to be met with uncertainty and silence. I hurt you, and now, I see how much strength it takes for you to keep going without allowing that pain to consume you. But please, believe me when I say that it's not over, not for me. My feelings for you have never disappeared. They have only grown stronger in your absence. My soul has never stopped longing for you, and my heart has never stopped loving you. You're still the one I think about when I wake up and the last thought on my mind before I sleep. I carry you with me in everything I do, even if you can't see it right now. I know words alone aren't enough to fix what's broken. I know that promises feel empty without consistent action. That's why I don't just want to say these things, I want to live them. I want to prove to you that I've changed, that I've grown, and that I'm ready to be the person you always believed I could be. I want to rebuild the trust one broke and show you that love can still bloom where pain once lived. Please don't think that I've forgotten you. That's simply not possible. You are unforgettable in every way. Your love, your spirit, your strength, they left a mark on me that nothing and no one else ever could. If you still have even a small space in your heart that remembers us, I'm asking for a chance to heal, to love, and to make things right.